Welcome to the Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Adam Peller and Billy Jaffe, Barry Pearson here with you. The Bruins lose 4-0 in Toronto. Before the game, we talked about Austin Matthews not being in the lineup. We talked about the Maple Leafs power play struggling, only clicking at 10%, 4 for 40 going in. Tonight, the Bruins gave them a lot of opportunities, and they were able to capitalize 3 times, and that was the difference tonight.
No question about it. As well as Anthony Stolarz played, and he did. And I'm going to give it away. He's your star of the game, but we'll get there soon. It was the Bruins' inability to stop taking bad penalties. And, you know, the risk-reward for these I don't get – look, you can take some bad penalties once in a while. It's going to happen over the course of a season, Barry. Mentally, you're going to get tired. Physically, you're going to get tired. Sometimes it's bad luck. But these are controllable plays. And this has got to perturb the coach more than I would think anything. I mean, some of these penalties are just, you know, this one interference. We're going to go in order of the penalties.
On a power play.
On a power play, right. And then here, put the puck to the front of the net. And Charlie Coyle's got no choice. You take him down, okay. But we're talking offensive zone penalty. This one right here, Barry, right?
Yeah. This is when, Swayman's got to freeze that puck or get rid of it, and then Zadorov cannot take that minor like that. And then here,
this one. Oh, man.
Offensive zone face-off. You're trying to lift the stick, but you can't take it. Here in the offensive zone, you're trying to battle for a loose puck, and you trip.
It's just, listen, it's got to be, part of the game is mental preparation, and this has got to be sharper. I mean, the previous 2 games, they went 0-3, or 3 for 3 on the PK, 2 times, right? You'll live with that. 1 penalty against per period on average. You can't be taking 7 or 8 penalties or whatever it is. And then the Bruins now running away with this. And this is not a good thing to run away with, partner.
No, it's not. And I think the other thing you got to remember, too, the Bruins had the first power play of the game, 2:27 in. Toronto had too many men on the ice. Okay, you have a chance on the road to, kind of set the tone a little bit. You don't do anything. So you get out of the first period, it's 0-0. Not a bad road first period, okay?
Not bad at all,
Not bad. It was pretty equal. And then all of a sudden in the second period, your discipline starts to break down, and you take 3 minors in a row, which means penalty killer after penalty killer after penalty. They get worn down. As they get worn down, the other guys are sitting on the bench, and they just lose their legs. They can't get going.
Yeah, I know. We saw Jim Montgomery sit David Pastrnak the other night for a poor play. He can't sit everybody.
No.
But I guarantee you it is burning him up. And if you could, you would like to say to the guys, stop doing it, but it's happened too often.
And it's contagious, too.
That's the thing.
Right.
It's going through the team. Everybody, and we talked after, the second period, especially the offensive zone penalties. This is not it can be clear. This is a problem now. This is not like one game. How many games have we seen it now? Way too many. This is a problem for this team that they need to rectify immediately. I thought they did it with the last 2 games, Barry, but no go.
No, and then we talked in the pregame about those last 2 games. One of the key parts was they stayed out of the penalty box, which meant your penalty killers were fresh when they had to go, and everybody else got into the game, even in the third period. Tonight's game, the Bruins really had good pressure, dumping the puck in behind the goal line, forechecking, one-on-one battles.
5-on-5, they weren't bad.
Yeah, they had really good opportunities. Then all of a sudden take a penalty, and there goes your momentum.
We showed the Nikita Zadorov interference penalty, 10th minor taken by Zadorov this season. That leads the National Hockey League. Now let's show you the goal that followed the penalty.
What's going to happen here is the Toronto Maple Leafs recognize that getting the puck, moving the puck quickly, all right, and then creating an opportunity for a guy to get a clean shot from the point with traffic in front is a good thing. It doesn't have to be a back scratcher.
Nope.
It doesn't have to be a fancy play. Marner attacks, regroups, opens up ice, and then there's no dusting off of the puck by Morgan Rielly. Watch this, Barry. Gets it, releases it, Knies is in front. Swayman can't see it with the screen. Beautiful, simple play.
It's very simple, and you're seeing Swayman from the look from behind the net. You could see him trying to find a round from Knies, and Knies did a great job of positioning himself right in front.
Morgan Rielly with his 4th goal of the year, now tied for 6th in Maple Leafs history among defensemen in terms of goals. Meanwhile, another penalty. You were talking about it. Penalties taken in the offensive zone by number 88, David Pastrnak, and it's number 88, William Nylander.
Yeah, and then some nights you're going to get breaks, and this is a break by Nylander. He throws it off in front and it goes off Carlo's knee. There's nothing anybody can do about that. But again, the power play was created because of the penalty by Pastrnak in the offensive zone.
Yeah, and then you know what? Give Matt Knies credit again. I know it's just standing there, but he brings Carlo to that area. And so, you're getting what you deserve. You're getting what you deserve right now as a team when you're taking this many penalties, this many poor penalties. I was going to say ill-advised, but they're bad. They're flat-out bad penalties.
Remember last game, too, we talked about a good penalty. Trent Frederick jumps in.
Exactly.
Right? That was a good penalty. They had no problem killing that one off and away to go. Stick up for a teammate. These ones in the offensive zone, lazy trips, high sticks, all the little stuff that you just drives the coach crazy.
Yeah, William Nylander was 10th goal of the year, his third on the power play, so that was the second power play goal for the Maple Leafs, who had a 2-0 lead after 2 periods of play, and then they get another power play opportunity, and it's Matthew Knies capitalizing.
They really love this kid.
I can see why, Billy.
He's an absolute stud. I mean, he's big. He's got good hands. He's growing in it. He's already his 7th goal this season. Went to college, played at Minnesota, kid out of the Phoenix area. He's still young in his NHL career. Give him. This is going to be his coming out party year. This is, and whatever it is, 25, 30 goals. But they think the sky's the limit for him because of his ability to tip pucks, his ability to recover pucks, his ability at 6'3", 200 plus to be a power forward. I mean, wouldn't call him a fighter at all, but he's the kind of guy that can make himself very tough to deal with.
Take a look at this. This is the 4th time the Bruins have allowed 3 power play goals in a game this season. You remember that power play flurry from the Stars back on October 24th in the second period alone.
All right, and this is from my good buddy Ben. You mentioned 3 power play goals 4 times, 14 games this season. 3 power play goals in a game 4 times in the previous 500.
Wow.
And 47 games. Thank you, Benny.
Wow.
Little difference.
No kidding. Bruins shut out for the 3rd time this year. They were shut out twice all of last season. Already shut out 3 times through 14 games, and Anthony Stolarz had himself a night.
Yeah, he did. That's not the way to start off in this first period, Billy. He just comes over on Pastrnak, gets one. It looks like right off kind of his collarbone area, but boy, did he bounce back and then some. Situation, he makes 29 saves. The Bruins had some really high-quality opportunities, but he was there controlling the rebound. And as you said in the pregame, he's got a big body.
He sure does. And, he did everything very economically sound. I mean, he was so in control in this game. Didn't steal the game, though, but he did everything that he was supposed to. He made really good saves at the right time. The Bruins would love to get a little more body and traffic in front of them. But I thought that Anthony Stolarz was spot on. I mean, obviously, he shut him out. But how smart was he in it with his game? Look at again. This is a really big guy that sometimes the bigger guys can actually get opened up a bit more, Bear. Yep. He doesn't get opened up at all in this game. Very few rebounds at him in this game as well.
And he is our Subaru star of the game, presented by Subaru of New England. Fall in love with a brand new Subaru as you take a look at the numbers this season against the Bruins. The overtime loss back on October 26th, but Billy, you had said he was very good in that game. Excellent tonight, now 4-1-0 at home in his first year in Toronto. Again, talk about the Maple Leafs. The offense may not be clicking, the power play might not be clicking, although it was tonight, but under Craig Berube, the defense much better, the goaltending much better, and so they're starting to build maybe an identity up in Toronto. Again, not a Leaf show, but this is a team that you're going to see a couple more times, a division rival, so it'll be interesting to see how things progress up there.
Billy, not bad for a backup, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
You might soon say former backup.
Yeah, correct.
Now, he's been wanting. He's been, and he's a late bloomer in the sense, yes, he was a high draft pick years ago with Philly, but it took him a while, literally, to grow into his body and to get it. And then these opportunities last year and this year have been huge. And 2 years ago, too, he was in Anaheim, and he had some opportunity there. But anyways, here's a kid that is taking advantage at 30 years old, taking advantage of this big market, which he does not seem to be bothered by, making big saves. But this is a Toronto team, though, guys, too, that has struggled to get their footing. Yes, they're a couple games over 500 right now, but let's not forget they played well, then they lose a couple. They played well, and they lose a couple. But they're going to take this victory and be very happy with it. And the Bruins, they can't. There's nothing in this game that says, oh, it's okay. They did 5-on-5, they were fine, but they still didn't score. They didn't do enough. So there's nothing glass half full as far as I'm concerned.
Since the 21-22 season, the Maple Leafs 13-6 without Austin Matthews in the lineup, and they pick up the win over the Bruins tonight, 4-0, your final. Coming up next, Andy Brickley's conversation with Jim Montgomery.